Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Skyhawk, U.S. Global Command 11.4. So here's the tech. Caterpillar drive, long-range missiles, still on turn 11. The Americans have not completed long-range missiles. SDI, advanced airborne. And they didn't complete it this time either. They got nothing. A whole lot of nothing. Yeah, there's communists at the dice rolling agency that need to be rooted out. Okay, diplomacy. The Americans are going to use their 2 free dice for Israel, since it is now adjacent to Soviet-held Syria. Those dastardly Soviets. There's nothing to confirm or release, so military aid. Spending 7 on 2 ground attack fighters for Israel. Because it is the same situation as before. We have to take the shortest path available with military aid delivery, and Warsaw Pact has us blocked from getting anything through the Med to Israel. So we've got to do aircraft that can fly in. And we're going to spend 9 on 2 next-gen MBTs for South Africa, and 6 on an attack bomber for NATO. Then for themselves, the Americans are spending 16 on a pair of fighters and an air cav. They're spending 8 on 2 mechs and 7 on an next-gen MBT and a SPAG. Combat. It's not going to be a lot, a little bit. Uh-oh. Knocked Israeli artillery over. From the fleet here, cruiser and destroyer are each shooting a cruise missile into Basra in a surgical strike. They still don't have a SAM there, so no missile defense. The Americans have decided that Warsaw Pact's presence in the Western Desert really offends them. So everybody here in Suez is attacking Western Egypt. We also have 4 fighters from Makkah that will fly 1, 2, 3 in there, and as I have marked for a reason you'll find out in non-combat, they will have 2 fuel left. There's also 2 ground attack fighters going to do the same thing, and an A-10 going to do the same thing. So that's attack on Western Egypt. Then over here, the Americans have decided that the Soviet presence in Morocco really, really offends them. So, 2 next-gen MBTs are going to attack from Western Sahara. Attack chopper is coming in from the amphib. Attack bombers coming in from the carrier. The battleships are shooting 2 Tomahawks in here. The fleet, they've got a cruiser and 2 destroyers available, are shooting 3 cruise missiles in there. I'm going to try to root the Soviets out of Morocco. And that will be it for combat movement. So let's do Basra first. 2 cruise missiles. Well, there's 1 hit, and that is a reactive armor. So from the Basra card, which is right here, remove one of these next-gen MBTs. There's that. That was the easy one. So now we'll do the fight in Western Egypt. I'll move that to the board. Okay, here we go. That is desert terrain. So 2 field artillery and first strike at 1. The other land units are bumped down 1. I forgot to mention one of the fighters is flying seed, so that negates the first strike of the Warsaw Pact SAM. Their field artillery will shoot chemical. So here we go. 2 American field artillery at 1. Nothing. 2 Warsaw Pact field artillery with chemical at 3. Well, there's a hit, so that's disruption. That's going to hurt the Americans a little bit. Okay, so now we go regular. So we've got one airborne at 1 and 4 air cavs at 2. That's a lot of nothing. 2 ground attack fighters at 4. Okay, there are 2 land target select hits. Now there's 2 A-10s at 5. There is another land target select hit. Armor penetration doesn't matter on this one. And then we got 8 fighters. 8 fighters. 8 fighters for 3 hits. They needed better than that, but 3 is all they're going to get. So there's another land target select. That's... where is it? That's 4 of those. And then 2 general hits. Okay, so there's that. 6 hits by the American. Okay, so now Sam gets to shoot. 1 hit. 1 air hit by the Sam. Okay, now there's 3 early gen MBTs. Okay, there is 1 general hit there. 3 light infantry. 2 hits there. And 1 MBT. Nothing there. Okay, so 4 land target selects are going to kill the 3 light infantry and the MBT. They're out of there. 1 air hit. Helicopter class have to be taken last. So do ground attack fighters and A-10s. The Americans have to take a fighter. There's no choice. Because there's Actually, we want to do that different. We want to take the casualty from the ones with 2 range left. Okay, so there takes care of that. 2 general hits. Warsaw Pact takes on the field artillery. 3 general hits. The Americans take 2 on their field artillery and 1 on the airborne. Okay, the Warsaw Pact SAM goes to the box, and we do it again. They've got 3 early gen MBTs left. And the Americans are going to start on the top side this time with 7 fighters. They only got 1 stinking hit. You believe that? Look at all them high numbers. 1 stinking hit. Okay, 2 A-10s. Both miss. 2 ground attack fighters. There's a second hit. And 4 aircats. They missed. It wasn't enough. They needed 3 hits and only got 2. So here's the 3 defenders. They all miss. Okay, so 2 of them guys come off to leave 1. Okay, that's the defender. We'll do them with 7 fighters again. Okay, the defender got a hit. One of the fighters also got a hit, so that's the end. He's kaput. The Americans get a land battle star. They have to take a casualty and they're going to take an air cav. Okay, I will put this stuff, well, now there's no money change hands. I'll put this stuff back and get Morocco over here. Okay, here we are with the Battle of Morocco. The Americans have 3 cruise missiles and 2 Tomahawks in first strike. The Soviets have a field artillery shooting chemical. Their SAM is going to shoot missile defense. They've got 2 fighters on air superiority. The American next-gen MBTs are down 1 because of mountain terrain. So, this is kind of a gamble by the Americans. Okay, so here's AMD from the Soviets. It missed. All the cruise missiles get through. So, we got 2 Tomahawks and 3 cruise missiles. Got 2 hits. The Tomahawks pathetically missed. But there are 2 hits. And they're both land target select. So, naturally, the Americans are going to kill the 2 mechs. Okay, so now field artillery. Does its thing. Okay, it missed. Now there's, I don't know, we got to do the Americans. So we've got 2 next-gen MBTs. Okay, there is 1 general hit. And then we've got an attack chopper. There is a second hit. And then we got an attack bomber. There is a third hit. Not enough. They got 4 units left, but they got close. Okay, so there's 2 fighters on air superiority. They got 1 hit. 1 air hit. So that's going to be an air battle star for the Soviets. And that's it. That's all they had. So 3 general hits, kills field artillery SAM, and 1 fighter. The air hit, the Americans are going to take the air hit on the attack chopper. Oh wait, they can't. That's got to be taken last. They have to take the air hit on the attack bomber. Don't have any choice. Okay, that comes off there. This guy goes to his spot. He's the lone defender. Those things are done. So we got 2 next-gen MBTs and an attack chopper going against a fighter. 2 next-gen MBTs, attack chopper, fighter is blue. Well, there's the hit by the attack chopper, so that cocked die doesn't matter. They got the hit, and the fighter got 1 hit. Okay, that's a land battle star for the Americans. Soviets wiped out. The Americans will take the attack chopper as their casualty and capture the zone with 2 next-gen MBTs. The Assistant Chief of Staff wants to go exercise, so I had to let her out of the outpost. Okay, Soviet roundel comes off. American roundel goes on. There's the conquering land forces. It's going to be Americans up 1 to 53, Soviets down 1 to 61. That's the end of combat, so now we have to roll our diplomacy for Israel. No joy. Okay, so now we're non-combat movement. All right, so these 2 MBTs move to northern Saudi. Then on this card over here, these 2 next gens, 1, 2 into northern Saudi. These 2 next gens from Makkah move over to northern Saudi. So that's all that movement. Now we see why the fuel markers matter here. So the 2 with the 4 fuel remaining are flying. They're here. They're flying 1, 2, 3, 4 to get into northern Saudi. So that guy goes over there, and these 4 fighters go over here. And then the ones with 2 left are all going to fly over here And no, they're not all going to. The A-10 is going to land in Suez. The fighters are going to fly over here and land in Israel, as well as the 2 ground attack fighters. They're going to land there. Over here in Western Africa, the MBT moves up to Western Sahara, as does the SAM. And then over here are 2 MBTs we got because of Lost Puncus. 1, 2, 3 in sea lift over to A-19. Grab sea lift marker here. There we are. Okay, that's it for non-combat. The Americans are helping hold the line in Picardy right now. That's about all they can do over there at the moment. So now we're placing units. So I'm building a pair of fighters on the super carrier there in A40. So I'm going to put them over here on the card. And then we're building an air cav on the amphibious assault ship there. And we come here to Suez. Putting 2 mechs in here. Then we're here to Macau, where we are doing a next-gen MBT and a SPAG. And that's it for placing units. Now we deliver military aid. We've got 2 ground attack fighters delivered to Israel. So I'm putting them over here in the blow-up box. Then 2 next-gen MBTs go there to South Africa. And finally, we take an attack chopper around the board to NATO. And it's delivered here to Picardy. So 3 grays will become a green. Okay, there's that. Collect money. The Americans are at 53. I don't believe they're getting any bonus, I don't think. No. $53. The Americans have. They're joining the club of 6 for battle stars in their bank, because that's how many the Soviets have, that's how many NATO has. And then their missile production is 5 cruise missiles and 1 anti-ship missile. Okay, that's the end of turn 11. Let's have a quick look. Okay, there's their situation in India, Pakistan, Iran. Here's the Saudi Peninsula. There's Iraq and Syria. There's part of Israel. There's the rest of Israel. Of course, you just saw the action in Egypt, and there's the rest of North Africa. Situation in the Mid-Atlantic is unchanged. There's definitely something brewing in Southern Africa. Both sides, if they want to pull the trigger, have enough forces in theater to declare war on an opposing minor power, or to attack and by doing so declare war. Here's the situation in Turkey and Southern Soviet Union. There's the Balkans, Italy, the Mediterranean. What's Warsaw Pact doing with that air cav out there on Crete? Okay, there's Spain. There's the UK. It's France and Germany. NATO is up against the wall now. They're in a bad way. It's the rest of Eastern Europe, Scandinavia, and there's European Russia. Nothing sitting there. That's the Navy the Soviets have in A12 to go along with the Warsaw Pact Navy in A12. And here's the NATO Navy that they might go up against possibly. Let's see, there's the Warsaw Pact forces in Rhineland. There's the Soviet forces in Benelux. Tech chart. Income. And we'll slide that over to turn 12. So, after the American turn next time, we will have our first variable game end die roll. Okay, that's it. Ozark Outpost. Over and out.